Hey everyone, welcome to 12 Inches. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be showing you how to make a faux white brick wall. I have this, I don't even know what this constitutes as, like this weird, I guess it's like for holding books. Let's back up the camera a little bit. Oh, okay. And pretty much you use it to store files, but it's like the perfect size for a doll, so I'm going to be making that into a little photography space. But in this video, I'm just going to be focusing on how to make a faux brick wall, which is what I'm going to be doing to the interior. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is just cut down this side. Then I went ahead and started cutting pieces of cardboard to make my bricks. Now you can choose how large you want your bricks to be. Just kind of like compared to a doll hand, these were mine. Mine were pretty big, but honestly I really liked the way like the larger brick turned out, and it's also a little bit of less work. I won't lie. Kind of went for the easy way. And then of course just cut more. Then go ahead and place them on your surface. So I actually decided to flip it the other way in the end, and I mostly focused on this large back wall, and I am just hot gluing it into place. I realize you can't actually see the hot glue gun, but that is what I'm using. And then sometimes, occasionally, I decided to glue multiple layers, as you can see me trying to do right now. So that these bricks stand out a little bit more, so we get a little bit of depth variance, I guess is the word. And then I'm not too concerned about the fact there's a gap, because I am going to paper mache over this, so that will kind of fill that in. And here it is. But first, we gotta make some stuff. So right now I'm just making some paper mache. You can also use clear glue. I used a little bit of flour and water and decided that was too much flour, and then I poured some water. It doesn't need to be like too floury, and mine was rather watery, to be honest. I probably added a little too much water, but so pretty much I feel like it's pretty straightforward what to do. But one of the things I was like mainly experimenting here is like whether or not you could use tissues. I know that this is frequently done with tissue paper, but I don't have that, and you also have to like buy that unless you have it laying around, but I don't have that laying around frequently. But I always have tissues or toilet paper on hand, and pretty much you just get it wet, and I still stupidly kind of did a huge one. Don't do that. I recommend cutting it up, so then I had to like get it wet over and over again. But pretty much, as you can see, I'm like really generous with the amount of liquid I'm using here, and that's just because it doesn't really matter. So as you can see with the smaller sections, it's a lot easier. And then the other thing I'm careful to do is press it into the crevices, because you don't want it drying over, like bridging the gaps. You definitely want that definition so you can see each of your bricks, and so you can have like the brick and mortar. And then the other thing is that don't be afraid to wrinkle it yourself, because real bricks aren't perfect, so these ones shouldn't be either. And just have fun with it. And then I decided to cover this edge in paper, so just in case the tissue paper didn't get all the way, it would still have a nice edge. And then I decided to actually experiment with using glue to glue on the tissue paper to see if that would work. It wasn't that great initially, but I thought like with paint it would work, and it did. So then I went ahead and covered it and then began painting over all of it with some white paint, and I feel like this will definitely work, but you do need to be painting over it and be generous with the paint. Pretty much, I only technically did one coat, but when it did dry, I looked over like all my work and kind of like pick and chose, past tense, I don't know, and made sure that any sections that I thought needed more had more. So probably in the end, I probably did 2 coats, but I only officially did 1. For the tiny bit of ceiling, I decided to cut some paper and glue over the raw edges, and then measured a piece of cardboard that would fit and then covered that in some white paper to glue on the ceiling. And then I just decided to cover the floors. I take my glue stick, and I know it's really hard to see because like we're super zoomed in for some reason, but I pretty much just added paper to a piece of cardboard. Oh, and then I also decided to strengthen that bend by adding a piece of duct tape. Okay, so here's the wall. It looks like white brick to me. I did add floors quickly, as you saw in like that quick clip, but that's not really the focus of this video. The focus is this magnificent wall. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I was like super surprised that like you can totally just use the glue stick lightly and then kind of go over it with paint. It's a lot better to do the mache, just because it was like kind of tricky and weird to get it to lay properly with the glue stick, but if you're tight for time, that is definitely an option. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. Let me know if you guys do this below, and if you use it for photography and post it on Instagram, definitely tag me. Anyway, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.